And now the host of the NashVegas radio show, George Hamilton V.
That's me. How y'all doing today? Oh, wait, you're back. Wait, is that your brother?
Yeah.
You came from Memphis?
Yes.
No way. We got so many people here today. The auditorium is just packed. You know, it's a wonderful time for our 3rd anniversary because it is our 3rd anniversary. How about that clap time? 3 years and still practicing. You know, David Spaulding Jr., you were a man of constant leisure. He is a man of constant leisure. He's David Spaulding Jr.
All right. Don't do today what you can put off for tomorrow.
So much fun. You know, hopefully for our 4th anniversary we'll have it all down pat. But in a way, we hope we don't, because it's that spontaneity that makes this show what you've come to expect. And I know you all watching around the world are enjoying our brand new Blur Cam live stream. Yes?
You know,
At no extra charge we bring this to you. But remember, if you would, our post office box is P.O. Box 1111, Franklin, Tennessee 37065. And remember, if you don't send us money, they'll take us off the air. That's a joke.
yes, George.
No, they can't take us off the air, can they, David Spaulding?
No, but at this time I would like to graciously thank our sponsors. We had none of
Yes, 3 years and we still have no sponsors or class signs.
Okay, George.
Well, now, I'd like to have another hand for our Director of Hospitality, the one and only William Covington.
Hey, William, what's on the menu today?
I haven't been in the kitchen today.
Oh, no.
No, I haven't.
You ain't got anything to eat yet?
No, I haven't.
Well, I'm sure they got something good to eat back.
Well, they got some left because I haven't been in the kitchen today.
Well, that was so much fun. I think it's time for us to actually start our show and kick it off in the traditional and primitive way. I'd like to bring up the Heavenly Choir now to help us start off the show in a traditional and primitive way. Heavenly Choir, are you ready? And now, you know, recently they were dubbed the new honeymooners because they were celebrating their 2nd anniversary. Come on and say something special to us real quick.
Say something special. You're the clever one.
Special.
That's great. Now we're going to start off in our traditional primitive way. Now here we go. And we also have a special thrill just after this, so hang on.
Radio!
Turn your radio on. It's the radio show from beautiful Kimbro's Café in the historic antique shopping district of beautiful downtown Franklin, Tennessee. Can you say Viva NashVegas? Viva NashVegas! So much fun. You know, give us a hand. All right, we have a song we've been working up because, you know, in honor of the hot weather, we wanted to try this song during the show. I'll go over here, I think, so our cameraman may have to move our camera around.
This is live radio, folks, so just bear with us.
Okay, now the microphones are on. You know, it has been so hot outside.
How hot?
I bet you wonder what. Did you say how hot?
How hot?
How hot is it?
Talk on your microphone, please.
How hot has it been, George?
It has been so hot,
So hot.
I feel like I've got a sweaty coat. 1, 2, 3.
There's a radio show when it's at Kimbro's at the junction.
Sweaty coat junction.
It's run by George and they're all his guests at the junction.
Sweaty coat junction.
And that's my old Joe, he ain't ever moving slow at the junction.
Swedish Junction.
George, how about that was wonderful. You patterned that after a TV show called The Petticoat Junction.
Did you used to watch it when you were sleeping under the bridge by the river?
No, I didn't have TV there, George. But do you know what small town Petticoat Junction was filmed in?
Yeah.
Wait a minute. I think William does, but I have to talk on the microphone.
I'm gonna give the audience a chance to say it first. I may be wrong.
What did he say? I'm deaf.
I'm giving the audience a chance. Did anyone know the name of the town the Petticoat Junction was? Yeah.
Okay. One of our special guests will tell us. I thought that too, but no, I don't think, because David Spaulding has got a trick question.
It was Petticoat Junction.
So says David Spaulding Jr. He is a man of constant leisure. He is a man of constant leisure. He's David Spaulding Jr.
And you're the man of repeatability.
I want to do, have you all heard that the other day, just so you know, this is, you're probably wondering, what do we do when we're not actually on stage? But you know, we're always on stage. People have walked up to us at Handy Hardware, the historic birthplace of the Viva NashVegas radio show, and they have said to us as we sit on a bench out there in front of the hardware store, wow, they asked me, where do you find such great actors? And what do we say, David?
They're natural.
We're naturals, that's right. We say they're not actors. This is real, and this is Franklin. So if you don't live in Franklin, you need to come visit soon. You'll meet people like David and William and me, and we're going to be pretty much normal.
Say that twice, Lucy.
Yeah.
We're pretty much normal.
Like I said, the man of repeatability.
Well, the thing that happened to me the other day, because you're wondering, what do we do when we're not on stage? Well, we act like we're on stage, and we talk on the telephone.
I work.
And I was looking across the street. This is kind of a local joke. Only you from the local area will understand, but it was just so much fun. And you can sing along with me if you want to on this song. Tom might come up and help me too, because he knows this song. We watch local TV, and they play this song incessantly. So this is a free commercial for you. I called across the street to Steve and Katie. They're the ones who threw the grandfather clock in the ditch. And I went out and got the grandfather clock. And now it's a new home. And it's a wonderful grandfather clock. But this is the type of thing that happens in Franklin. Remember, junk day is always Monday. People come from all around the southeast to pick up our junk.
Well, George, you are correct. You're exact. People drive the roads looking for the discards.
And if I don't get there first, there's something left for you. So I called Steve and Katie, and I saw a truck in their driveway. And I said, I said, are you confident your dream will be unstuck? Do you remember that commercial at all? No, don't watch TV, do you?
I wrote it.
We can't afford cable, we only watch local channels, but
I wrote that commercial.
you remember something like, when you see the happy face on the truck, you'll be confident your train will come unstuck. It's like blah, 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 blah. Call the happy face truck today. How about that? How about the class sign?
Happy you'll be. Happy you'll be, or it's free.
But anyway, the joke is when I asked them, I said, are you confident your train will come unstuck? They said, what? And I said, you have the happy face truck in your driveway. And they still didn't understand. That's the type of thing that also happens in Franklin, as you just witnessed. Nobody's heard that commercial.
Yeah,
Now they have, because people are watching us all around the world.
And I gotta say, Jimmy Hiller, if you're watching, I did not do that. George did.
You know Jimmy Huddle. He's the one who started the Huddle House.
Jimmy Hiller started Hiller Plumbing.
Hiller, you mean? Jimmy Hiller. Okay. We have some people who have come from around the world to be on our show. They may be unsuspecting that it's their turn. So we'll ask them to come towards the front of the stage. You know who you are from a different place around the world. Ladies and gentlemen, these people come from a different place, and Tom was surprised too. 3 years and counting, and it brings tears to my eyes. So if I do cry during the show today, please try to understand. They are not teardrops, they're sincere drops. I didn't write that. Bill Anderson did. He's been on our show. We'll be mentioning different stars that have been on our show during the course of the show. But now, perhaps there are no more famous famous stars on the international scene and the people who are coming up on stage next. They're actually here already, but I'm trying to make a big buildup. They come from a place far away called Sweden. Have you heard of Sweden?
Yes.
They've come to America to see what is this country music.
What is it?
What is it? Yes. So now I'll pass it on. The one and only Vivien, Searcy, and Andy.
Thank you so much. It's such a pleasure to be here. I've seen this show actually on YouTube, and I followed you, and I find it fantastic.
We've got 300,000 followers.
And I'm one of them.
Thank you.
And George asked us to start off with something that you might recognize, so we could cradle you into our Swedish bosoms. So we're going to give tribute to a fantastic song called Dreaming My Dreams. I hope that I won't be this wrong anymore. Maybe someday I will. I hope that I'll find what I'm reaching for, the way that it is in my mind. Change me, not if I can. I'd rather believe in love. Give it away as much as I can to those that I'm fondest of.
The microphone's not on, mine wasn't, but that's because I like Buggy Tom. How about a hand for Tom, our sound man? He has a way of making things sound even better than we thought they sounded, because when we sing, sometimes we can't even hear ourselves in a big room. But because of the miracle of sound, have you heard of a sound system? Yes. That makes you sing bigger than life. But you got a voice that's bigger than life, and that's a song that Waylon, did Jesse sing it too?
I'm not sure. I know Waylon sang
Yeah.
back in '74.
Can you stay around also to the end of our show too? You all, there's more show, but what I'm so excited because I wanted to sing along with you on the chorus of that.
Oh, of course. I love it.
Later on. All right, now, the question I have for you is, do you remember Roger Ferris?
Yeah?
Roger D. Ferris, one of our greatest friends.
Yabba dabba do.
Yabba Dabba Doo, The King is Gone, and so are you, and so many other great songs. And he is probably watching us today. So Roger, rarely do I do this because, as you know, I'm naturally bald. But Roger, hats off to you. By the way, I have a new haircut, and we'll have more about that, I think, later. Now, I've interrupted your show enough. The one and only, Vivien Searcy!
So now that I've cradled you in our Swedish bosom, I'm gonna play you a song from a new CD that Andreas and I just released in May and produced and wrote. So this is a nice dancing song, because it is a Saturday, isn't it? And I hope you will go out dancing tonight, because that's one of the things I love to do. So here is Saturday Night.
Yeah! There you go.
Getting ready for a long night out. Can't wait to see the girls get real loud. Yes, I'm ready
Yeah!
for a night on the town. Let the spirits flow, the music roar. Dance to the song and go rock and roll. Yes, I'm ready for a night of my own. Come and let the good times roll. I hit a mighty through my soul. I lost my baby on a Saturday night. It was out in the moonlight. I don't know what I did wrong. I was having fun. I lost my baby on a Saturday night. It was out in the moonlight. I guess my dancing, drinking, whole lot of fun made him run. Didn't think he'd mind my flirting round. I was only having fun downtown. Now he's back in and leaving me behind. I guess I won't see him no more. Oh well, let the good times roll. I lost my baby on a Saturday night. It was out in the moonlight. I don't know what I did wrong. I was having fun.
Yeah!
I lost my baby on a Saturday night. Left me out in the moonlight. I guess my dancing, drinking, whole lot of fun made him run. Woo!
Oh yeah! Play it, boy.
Yes, you're probably wondering why I keep on walking up the stage. I just can't get enough of the camera. But you know, the thing is, we also want to mention someone else. I didn't realize, have you heard of Facebook? Yes. That's this type of thing where you can actually meet people and invite them to be your friends. What's difficult is when you invite your friends to be your friends and they don't. That's sad. But as I was looking through your Facebook page, I noticed that one of your friends is our dear friend, Michael Lunsford from Poland. Yeah! So Michael, if you and Magda or anyone in Poland right now is watching the show, remember that it was William Covington's birthday last episode, I think. Is that true?
That's correct.
And we didn't sing this song. Everyone, sing Happy Birthday in Polish with me and Tom. Tom, come on up here. We learned this while we were touring in Poland, nationwide. How about a hand for Tom Comet? This is 100 lat. 100 lat, 100 lat, nie żyje, żyje nam. 100 lat, 100 lat, nie żyje, żyje nam. Jeszcze raz, nie żyje, żyje nam. Nie żyje nam. International shows. What do you think about that? And you can sing that song when it's someone's birthday or act like it's a birthday. Sing that song and they'll pour more vodka. That's it. A healthy drinking tip. And I always like to say, do your drinking after dark.
I always like to say I don't travel well after dark.
You don't travel well. He is a man of constant leisure. He is a man of constant leisure. He's David's, what did you know?
That's correct.
Now back to our regularly scheduled
Thank you.
Vivien and Searcy. You might have a special introduction to make. Maybe not. Because there's someone on stage with you I announced earlier. But can you all, before we do this,
Yeah.
this is a true test. Can you say Viva NashVegas in Swedish? Oh yeah.
You ready? 1, 2, 3. Heja NashVegas!
How about that, ladies and gentlemen?
Now that's believable. You and Tom are too believable.
I didn't know you spoke different languages. I thought you only spoke Franklin.
I did, George.
All right. Well, David, would you like to hear Andy play a song on his guitar?
Yes.
Yes.
Not only is Andy a wonderful singer and songwriter, and Vivien too, but many times she says, you know, I must hear him play. I think, what do you say normally?
Please play.
So you have videos on YouTube.
Yes, we have videos on YouTube, and Andreas is a fantastic guitar player. And he also happens to have just released an album. So if you're interested in Americana instrumental music, he's your guy.
Yes.
All right, now.
This is complicated, so I have to sit down.
I just asked him, do you want this on your body or? Or on the neck?
you so much. Is that good or what? Well, you can't leave now. Please stay, Andy. Come back. We have, now that once again, you can find that and much, much more on Andreas Simply Amplified.
Yeah. What's the name of it?
How do you pronounce your name again? Because it's Swedish.
Rydman, that's my last name.
Ah.
Andreas Rydman.
Yeah, and then there's a CD right here. Well,
Some more Swedish for y'all.
yeah. Now, come on back up here, Vivien. Now, here is Vivien's CD. Live It right here, brand new CD.
Yeah.
Yep.
And you have websites which are...
VivienSearcy.com and AndreasRydman.com. It's Andreas Rydman.
Now, the neat thing about all of this is, so you were actually, we've almost been tricked. It turns out that Vivien, where are you originally from?
Well, I'm actually half American. My dad is from Oakland. Yeah.
And then,
California girl. Yeah.
where did you grow up?
Well, the thing with me is quite interesting. My mother was German, from North Germany. My father was American, but I'm born and raised in Italy, Milan. They were classical musicians. And then I moved myself to Sweden. So I'm the only Searcy in all of Sweden.
So this is cool.
So if you're coming, you can look me up. I'm the only one.
Well, and the thing that's so cool is this has truly become, we've covered many different countries in one episode right here.
Yeah.
There you go. Yeah.
And you know something great about this couple?
What?
William pointed it out to me.
They drive a car.
They're wearing matching shoes.
We are! See, we're from Sweden, and where we come from right now, it's so cold. It's like 20, 25 maybe. So for us, when we came here, your 40s was already... So we've been wearing flip-flops for 2.5 weeks. Yeah! We love it.
Now they've been on a trip to New Orleans already.
Yeah.
And down to Austin, Texas.
In Austin, Texas, yeah. We're doing a music trip.
So what is this music? Is it like, would you call it Americana music?
Definitely, isn't it? Yeah, Americana. Everything in the, roots type of, from country to blues and jazz and
Rock and roll?
rock and roll. We love it all.
That brings us up to one of our, well, this is not our sponsor because we should sponsor them for sure, the Americana Music Triangle. And that's something that's just been announced. You can go to AmericanaMusicTriangle.com and learn more about it. But it includes Nashville all the way down to New Orleans and all the places in between where all the musics in the world merge together to create this music that is country, blues, rock and roll, jazz, rhythm and blues, soul, gospel, Americana. And people from all over the world, like yourselves, are now witnesses to this Americana music, and they show us, yes, people love this music.
Yeah.
We actually are a featured show in the Americana tour, George. You knew that. And I believe that we were a charter member show in the Triangle Tour.
Well, the other thing that's very exciting, if you visit AmericanaMusicTriangle.com, you'll see a special feature on the Viva NashVegas radio show.
That's right.
But if you're watching the show right now, enough commercial, it's time to bring back up dynamic vocals and guitars, Vivien and Andy. Take it away!
Thank you so much. Thank you so much. It's such a privilege to be here. And we met George maybe, is it 7 years ago, something like that? We had the nice time, a very nice time in a very weird place. We were in Lithuania on a festival. In Lithuania, I don't know if you know where that is. It's like on the Baltic Sea. Beautiful. The place itself was so torn down and old. It was incredible. It felt like you went to Hotel California where you can check in but never check out. Wasn't it?
Do you remember what they have there in front of the hotel? The busts, the head figures.
No, I don't remember.
Well, someone told me, this is what's very interesting. It's a wonderful place, and I love Lithuania, so I hope to come back again soon. But it's neat because this festival happens at the site of the world's largest nuclear reactor.
Yeah. Lithuania, Springfield.
Someone was maybe joking. We
Boy,
have
that
this wonderful
explains
tribe
some
that comes
things
from.
now. That explains some things.
No, it's really wonderful. But you stay up all night long in a big football stadium with 15,000 or more people, packing the stadium. And you have the trout from the lake, and they say, yes,
It
it
has
is right
3
here
eyes.
on the lake. You have to retry?
We glow in the dark nowadays.
Yes. We're not using lights on stage today. And what is interesting is, what was very comforting as you go to sleep at night, and once again, it's neat. They said this reactor was built by the exact same architects that built the Chernobyl reactor.
Yeah.
So we were very happy to be there.
Yeah.
You don't go to sleep, you stay up all night long drinking Dujavati. Yes.
And glow in the dark.
Yes. We'll go in the dark. All right, I'm sorry.
No problem. So that's how we met George. And the privilege to be a friend of his since we glow in the dark.
Yes, it's easy.
It's very easy to be friends then. You can see each other from like the moon.
Yeah.
There you go. So anyway, that's where we met George, and we're so happy to be here. And we're gonna cut it short and play another song from my newest record. I hope you enjoy it. Thank you so much for listening. Yay! First skipper.
Okay.
I just told him in Swedish, långsammare, slower.
Yeah.
No one would have.
Take my love, take it all that's meant for you. I have fallen deep and deeper into you. All the time I've been thinking of someone like you. Can't believe it's supposed to be this smooth. All you need to do is be you. I have searched this world a million miles for someone like you. Someone like you. I've been waiting for us to meet up tonight. Got your favorite on candlelight. Want to spend every single day and night with someone like you. With you, na 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 na. Someone like you. Na 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 na. You lift me up so high I can touch the ground. You make me feel safe and sound. Spread your wings and fly. There's no limit to someone like you. Someone like you.
If you all stay around, we'll probably have you all back again towards the end of the show if you don't mind.
Yeah, we'd love
Are
to.
you going to have some breakfast at Kimbro's?
Yeah.
Thank you very much, Vivien. Let me give you a hug.
Thank you. Thank you. What's coming up?
Actually, before they go, I want to show them one thing that's very special to me. You know, Tom, Comet, and I teach, well, we don't teach, we learn, and we love letterpress with the young people over at O'More College here in beautiful downtown Franklin, Tennessee. Yay! This is a wonderful poster that Tom designed. We're going to pass that to you all. the Guitar Town poster.
We love it. We're going to hang it up in our studio. Thank you so much.
That is letterpress, print of our wonderful letterpress poster. And here is a Twanging Spirit poster. One more. I think you all wanted one of these black NashVegas hats.
I need to have a cap.
Oh, he'll charge you for that.
Yes. Oh, yes.
Thank you.
And just like we have a brand new spokesmodel for VivaNashVegas.com, where you can find all these wonderful things and more. We have a special announcement from someone. Cameraman, what do you have to say?
I have breakfast to talk about.
Oh, you can tell us about the breakfast? What is, wait, a microphone.
How's the corned beef hash? How are the pancakes and strawberries? How are the biscuits and gravy? It seems kind of even. Pancakes? Biscuits and gravy? Corned beef hash. And the winner is...
You, what is your name, breakfast man?
John Pavlovsky.
All right. Yeah.
Hold your applause, please. I'm next door at Carpe Diem selling records and all kinds of stuff today. So stop in there after you leave here and whatever you do, eat. It's the most important meal of the day, right?
Yes.
Of course it is.
He's John Pavlovsky, the breakfast man. Now it's time to bring up a man who had a bit of a, he took a spin. He was trying to wear some shoes like David Spaulding Jr. David Spaulding Jr., as you may remember during the wintertime, invented what we call screw shoes. Shoes with screws in the bottom of the sole. David, tell us a bit more about it.
Well, I fell 4 times in that ice storm.
I fell once.
And you took the brunt, I didn't.
Yeah. $35,000 later,
Well, you got a steel leg, so you know.
I got a steel plate in my leg. I can set off all kinds of airport alarms.
But I got so tired of falling, I went and got some screws and just screwed them to the bottom of my shoes. It works.
But the good news is, yeah, what is the good news?
The good news is that ice is gone.
The ice is gone, yeah. Oh yeah, the good news is I wasn't supposed to get out of the wheelchair until Monday, which was 90 days from when it broke on President's Day, which is also my birthday.
Oh,
And speaking of birthdays and stuff, I want to say Happy Mother's Day to all the mothers. Mother's Day has always resonated for me because I was born on Mother's Day, 1947.
That means it's your birthday too. In a minute we'll be singing Still Out Again, the Polish birthday song, Quarters of Vodka for everyone. But also I want to remind you to please visit SpoonerCentral.com. That's your website.
Yeah.
And on the website there's so many fantastic stories that you've written about your life growing up. The one about the nap house, the nap
That's the
mansion.
whole book, yeah.
That is fantastic, man. I mean, the way you write, it's like a Mayberry from Long Island, if you will. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So you come from up in the Long Island area.
Yeah,
And
way
you've
out on eastern Long Island.
Now you always live near the coast, though, don't you?
Pretty much so. But I also, you learn something new every time you come to Viva, and it's been too long since I've been here, but Barbara A. Strong and I learned last time I was here, lived in the same town on Long Island. When she first came from England.
Barbara couldn't be with us today because she had some things to do for Mother's Day, I think. Her children took her out to eat. But the question is, you moved to Florida after Long Island. Were you near the coast in Florida, too?
Yes, I mean,
So
Gulf
it is-
Coast, yeah.
Yeah, but do you live near Percy Priest Lake?
Excuse me?
You live in Nashville now.
Yeah, when we first moved to Nashville, we lived in Donaldson.
That's kind of near
That's
Percy
the
Priest
song that
Lake.
Jenny Webb wrote about, isn't it?
Yeah. Donaldson, oh Donaldson. That's the home of one of our other favorite heating and air places, Donaldson Heating and Air.
they're no longer there.
But now, ladies and gentlemen, I'll get off the
Sex workers
microphone.
now, George.
This is the one and only Tom the Sound Man.
Oh,
Wait,
Tom the Sound Man. I'll just go here. Should I plug in or?
No, you're good.
I think so. And the one and
My
only.
mic is working great.
Yeah.
For your Swedish friends.
I know, it sounds real good.
It sounded great. Sound good?
Yeah.
Live radio.
Okay.
Now it's time for Ken Spooner.
I get that sometimes songwriters ask me for advice, and I'm not big at that, but the best piece of I can say is write what you know. And the easiest thing about this song that I wrote back about 15 years ago was every word in it is true. I'd have to make up anything. And it's about two sets of brothers. One, my brother and myself, grew up in Long Island, and another set of brothers that grew up in Spartanburg, Tennessee, South Carolina, who I met in Tennessee. And it's called Buzz and Pee Wee, Butchie and Me. Soapbox racer, a little old hill with wobbly wheels was a great big thrill. Boys will be boys, that's the way it'll be. For Buzz and Pee Wee, Butchie and me, we're chumming around, trolling for trout, peddling papers when school let out. I'll never forget falling out of a tree. Didn't break my leg then. Buzz and Pee Wee, Butchie and me, we're hitting the beach with shovels and pails to the wild frontier, blazing new trails with Red Tin Tin and Walter's Wee. Buzz and Pee Wee, Butchie and me. Silver Schwinn, green Studebaker. Along comes Mary, and it's see you later. Course little kid brothers, they're a pain, you see. For Buzz and Butchie, now it's Pee Wee and me. Left in the dust, cause of our age, and feeling so small, with towering rage. The boys will be boys, that's the way it'll be. For Buzz and Pee Wee, Butchie and me. Army and Navy, and a 2-year college. Out of harm's way, we're safe with the knowledge that back in the woods, there's a fork in the tree. For Buzz and Pee Wee, Butchie and me. Buzz and Pee Wee, Butchie and me. I never got a nickname other than adding an NY to my name. Kenny, I never really responded too well to that. But Butchie was my older brother, of course. And Buzz is George Hyatt, and Pee Wee was Walter Hyatt, who was my favorite co-writer. Who I miss dearly. Because in 1996, on my birthday, he was in the Galia jet. On to other things here. We have another birthday coming up Monday. Birthday of this guitar. It's 40 years old. All right. We've been together through thick and thin. I'm going to play a little instrumental medley here. I call it the Washington Square medley. Kind of celebrates the 12 string. Take a little extra time in tuning because we're tuning for 2. And the capo knocks him crazy. I gave this to Tom Bresh, who was here the first time I came to NashVegas. I came with brother Tom Bresh, who's a fantastic guitar player. He came over for dinner. I think it was 2 days before we were here. It's last September. And after dinner was passed out the guitar time. And Tom did not want to have anything to do with this guitar. I mean, he really begged off. I said, I want to hear you play it. Finally convinced him, and about an hour and a half later, he handed it back. I want to get this right because I want to send this out to some other friends of Viva, Susan and John D. Loudermilk, who I met here. Hope they're doing good out in Christiana or wherever they may be. So what we got here is Return to Greenwich Village, set in 1961 during the folk scare. A group called the Village Stompers had a song about the park that's down at the end of Fifth Avenue. That close enough for rock and roll or folk music? And the second one, I think a lot of people know, it's actually written in 1929. It's called Walk Right In. And the third one by Johnny D. from North Carolina.
Too much because I want to allow some time for Tim to come back, Kim to come back in a little while to do another song. I'm speechless. The one and only Ken Spaulding. You know, if you've been watching the Viva NashVegas radio show for many years with us, you probably have noticed these wonderful people that are getting ready to come up here and play the song together. This man is not only a singer and a songwriter, but he's also a songwriter and a singer.
George, I need to ask a question.
What?
Raise your hand if you were here for the first show we ever did? Wow. Some survived.
That's true. It's been a hot summer. You know, I was going to talk about my sweaty coat, but I decided to wait until a little bit later. But that was one of our most favorite shows at that time. Who was our first special guest?
Sam Aiden.
Sam and Avey.
He played a slide guitar and he played Civil War songs.
That's right, he did. And then on one of our second episodes, of course, my father was one of the special guests, along with George VI. And at that time, our audience was growing. Because at that time, or maybe it was actually slackening off. The only people in the audience that day were George IV and George VI. I think my mother was there. And Andy from Historic, Andy Hardware. Birthplace of the Viva NashVegas.
Well, we actually fixed that audience problem the third show.
That's right. And now one of those people on the third show is this man who's coming up. There's not only a singer and a songwriter, but he's also a songwriter and a singer. And I like to talk fast. The one and only, Michael Kelsh. We're setting the stage for having Michael move up here quickly along the top. And they will be up here because they're playing along with somebody else maybe later. There'll be a surprise band. And all of our other stars, please hang on. Don't fall asleep. You may be up here before you know it. Michael, wave to your family back home.
I was waving to your family right over there.
Oh, that's good. Happy Mom's Day, Mom. Michael, I know you have a special song for us because you always do.
We just thought of one.
And this is the song. Does it appear on your latest release?
Actually, this is it's an old country song.
An old country song. Well, nobody can make an old country song new again, besides perhaps Michael Kelsh.
There you go.
Yay!
Amy, you can sing with us on this one if you know this one.
Yay!
Y'all know Tom Comet?
Yes, it's Tom Comet on bass, Amy Comet on vocals. She's America's sweetheart, and they too were there at the very beginning of our show with David Spaulding Jr. and William Covington.
You know, you did a great thing by wishing your mom Happy Mother's Day. But you didn't wish your wife Happy Mother's Day.
You know, my wife and our cameraman, you look so young, it's hard to believe that we have been together for such a while and you just get looking, you're not getting older, you're just getting better.
I think you all been married 27 years.
25.
25? Okay.
It's our 25th anniversary today. How about that? No, it's not really. But you know what, though? We now can get David Spaulding Jr. because he forgot to say Happy Mother's Day to someone. Or does she watch the show?
They all watch. And I already have them cards and flowers, all kinds of things. Have you done your shopping yet?
Yes. I did all my shopping at Historic Handy Hardware.
You know what?
Viva NashVegas radio show where you can go and buy t-shirts to say Viva NashVegas, posters, you can buy bumper stickers to say Viva NashVegas, hats, and you can even buy some canned sardines and corned beef hash.
I was there at 9 o'clock this morning buying Mother's Day's presents.
And they were already making free popcorn.
Oh yeah.
Andy and Donna, we love you all over there at Handy Hardware. I hope you're watching. We'll be quizzing you later. But now, back to our regularly scheduled Michael Kelsh.
I lock of your hair, and a card with your picture on it. It's our face, which is false, but it's fair. Well, I found you my old watching chamber, and I found you my gold wedding ring. I found you this heart in my bosom. Wanna say that you love me again. Well, the white rose that blooms in the garden, it grows with your hair. It broke through on the day that I met you. Tell me now that we never will part. Well, I found you my gold watching chamber, and I found you my gold wedding ring. Only say that you love me again. Only say that you love me again. Only say that you love me again.
Mother's Day. You know, I'll tell you what, that's the first time I've cracked you up with that train whistle type thing. You nearly couldn't make it through the song, did you? We always have so much fun on the Viva NashVegas radio show. That's why so many people want to come back and play it again. We just treat everybody so kindly.
I just keep coming back year after year.
Oh, yeah, but I thought you, after that, you might say, that's it, man. That's part of the magic of our anniversary celebration. Now, Michael and Tom are up here because they will be accompanying our next guest. And this is going to be very, very exciting because David Spaulding Jr. has been up all night long watching videos, TV shows, etc. of our next guest. But you have no sound on your computer, so what do you do?
I read lips.
He reads lips. He is the man of constant leisure. He is a man of constant leisure. David Spaulding Jr.
All right, George, I need to correct you on something now. Go get that whistle, blow that whistle again.
This is the train whistle that David used to hear as he was sleeping under the bridge by the highway.
Okay.
The train comes through. What time of the day is the train? 4 o'clock in the afternoon. So that's
I
after
never
school.
slept under a bridge, I never lived under a bridge, but I'm gonna get you on this whistle. How many people think that's a train whistle or a steamboat whistle? Train, raise your hand. Steamboat, raise your hand. It is a steamboat whistle.
It's a fascinating show, but you're wrong. Because it has a picture of a train on it, and Andy gave it to me. Well, he is David Spaulding Jr. How about a hand for David Spaulding Jr.?
If people like you and Tom were really singing something with that birthday song, they'll believe me.
Yes, but now back to the show. Ladies and gentlemen, a really, really wonderful singer. She is a host of her own television show. She's inspiring, she's fascinating, talented, and when she sings, you understand what the word sing means. That's right. She's the song's best friend. Maybe they said at one time that Conway Twitty was the song's best friend.
Really?
Yeah, I think, I don't know.
Well, that's quite a honor.
But now they're saying that she is. Ladies and gentlemen, she's Laura Dodd.
Thank you so much, George Hamilton V. Oh, it's great to be here at Viva NashVegas. And of course, I posted on my Facebook page, Reverb Nation, all that stuff, and I required that if you came here today, you had to come with a hungry stomach. So how many of you came with a hungry stomach? Yay! Good, everybody's got their hands up. You better not be lying. Because they will tell at the end of this with the money count. I'm just kidding. I'm just kidding. No, thank you so much. And it's so great to meet you all. Great to be here on Viva NashVegas. I'm going to do a little country tune that I just love. Do you love traditional country?
Yes.
I want to do one right now for you. A little bit of Loretta Lynn. You're looking at country.
All right.
Well, I like my loving on country style. This little girl we call country mile. Find her a good old slow talking country boy. I said country boy. I'm about as old fashioned as I can be, and I hope you're liking what you see. If you're looking at me, you're looking at country. Don't see no city when you look at me, 'cause country's all I am. Love running barefoot through the old cornfields, and I love that country ham. When you sing, I may just fit your plans, 'cause this barnyard shovel fits your hands. If your eyes are on me, you're looking at country. Well, this here country is a little green, but there's a whole lot of country you ain't seen. I'll show you around. If you show me a wedding band, I said a wedding band. When it comes to love, yeah, I know about that. Country folks all know where it's at. If your eyes are on me, you're looking at country. Take it away, boys. Let's hear it for this band over here, y'all. If your eyes are on me, you're looking at country. I said your eyes are on me, you're looking at country. I love playing with Nashville bands. There's nothing like it. Boy, I tell you what, Vivien, Andre, and Ken, let's give them a round of applause. They're wonderful, aren't they? I know you out there, viewers, are just enjoying yourself. And, oh, there's the clap. Everybody clap. I wish we had one of those on our TV show. I think I might steal one.
Yes!
Is that okay?
No,
Yes.
no,
We got plenty.
No?
they're $10 a piece.
Now, you're gonna charge me $10 a piece?
He charges me for them.
Well, I do charge you for them because you keep on taking them off this shop. You can only have so many, but David likes to ride around town in his green Jenny with the windows rolled up and the air conditioner on because his windows don't work and the air conditioner's broken. Now the air conditioner works, I think. You drove me in that truck one time. Tell us about your Jenny.
Now tell them the door falls off. It's got a bungee cord on it.
So much fun. Well, we are country, so you're looking at country. You're in the right place.
No, you don't know
Thank
how
goodness.
nice you are.
Thank goodness we're country, right? I love it. Well, how about we do another one for you guys? Gonna do another traditional one of my favorites. You know, I'm an Alabama girl. I'm from Gadsden, Alabama. Yes, hello to all my Alabama friends and family out there. Love you. Happy Mother's Day to my mother, Paula, here. I don't know what I'd do without you. I know I wouldn't be born, but, I mean, you know. But you know what I mean. No. Oh, me. No, but happy Mother's Day to you all, ladies. The next one I'd like to do for you is actually from a man that's from Alabama. And you're cheating Huh? Oh, a little bit south.
L.A., huh?
Yeah, in Montgomery.
Yeah,
A little south of Montgomery, actually.
yeah, exactly.
Little Hank Williams, you're cheating hard. You're cheating hard. Will make you weep. You'll cry and try to sleep, but sleep won't come the whole night through. Your cheating heart will tell on you when tears come down like falling rain. You'll toss around and call my name. You'll walk the floor the way I do. Your cheating heart will tell on you. Your cheating heart will pine someday and crave the love you threw away. The time will come when you'll be blue. Your cheating heart will tell on you when tears come down like falling rain. You'll toss around and call my name. You'll walk the floor the way I do. Your cheating heart will tell on you. Am I right now? Your cheating heart will tell on you.
This is the part of our show people are always completely riveted by. It's called Questions and Answers with David Spaulding Jr.
Uh-oh.
Q&A, yes it is. Well, we're just
Oh,
gonna
man.
fire some off here at you.
So am I in trouble?
No, well, we know, number one, we know you're from Gaston, Alabama. So does that mean Alabama or Auburn?
Well, my grandfather would kill me if I said the other word. So, roll tide.
Let me point something out to you. This microphone ain't orange for nothing.
Well, I hate to tell you, who's had more national championships?
It depends which, okay, you can't count those.
I'm just kidding, David.
Now,
You know, I root for Auburn when they're not playing Alabama.
okay.
So there you go.
Well, you know, actually, Gadsden is the home of a very famous Auburn football player who was a first-round draft pick a few years ago.
Oh, yes.
You know who that? Anybody in the audience know who that is? Who is it, Laura?
Carnell Williams.
Also known as Cadillac Williams.
Yeah. Good man, good man.
You got that right. You know, growing up on your grandparents' farm,
Uh-huh.
Mama, Papa,
Yes.
what y'all used to listen to on Saturday nights?
Well, you know, my favorite time on Saturday nights was the Grand Ole Opry. But I But I have to say, my favorite Saturday mornings are Viva Las Vegas Radio!
All right, now, we're gonna get down to heart attack here.
Okay, all right.
You know, anybody in Alabama can say they're from any town.
Mm-hmm.
What that means, that's just the closest town to them.
Oh, well, you're right. You're
And,
right.
you know, you're not gonna fake me off. I know where you're from. You're from Sand Valley.
You know it. How did you know that?
Now, I'm gonna...
You've been following me around.
Well, I know all kinds of things you don't know. Now, I'm gonna read you some numbers, and you tell me what these numbers are.
Okay.
35904.
35904.
That's David's telephone number.
Now, it's either Host Bluff or is it downtown? Yeah, I don't know.
It's the zip code to Sand Valley.
Sand Valley?
Yeah. Yeah, it is too. Look it up on the internet.
35954.
Amazing. David Spaulding Jr. strikes again.
Well, I was wrong
I better be right. I'm
for the first time. You're right, David. You're right, honey.
Well, you know, you've had a lot of questions for David Spaulding Jr. that have really just baffled me and amazed me at the same time, because you really have done your homework this time, David.
You are away from my trivia.
Are you trivia question? Can we do that one later, or you do it right now? Because we...
Oh, you want me to do it right now?
No.
Okay.
Do you have something you'd like to say? Because, I mean, you're an inspirational speaker also.
Oh, yes, I am.
And so, especially at this time of year, Mother's Day, and you know,
Yes.
special times of year, we all need a little inspiration. And your voice is inspiration enough, but your story is just fascinating and inspirational too.
Oh, thank you so much, George. Yes, and thank you, David, for the hard questions.
Well, that's good. I also want everybody to know Inspirational Country Music Awards.
Yes. Thank you very much. I'm glad to be a part of the Inspirational Country Music Awards, and was named Female Vocalist of the Year in 2012, and I've had Song of the Year last year, and New Artist of the Year. I couldn't be happier, but thank you very much. But I'd like to say something. This month is Guillain-Barré syndrome and chronic inflammatory demyelinating polyneuropathy month awareness. So I'd like for you all
CIPD.
CIDP.
Yes.
Yes, it's actually, CIDP is what I have. I've had it since I was 12 years old. And as a matter of fact, I share something with you, Ken. I was in a wheelchair at one point in time, on a walker, then I got to a cane, and now I'm standing on my own 2 feet. But you know, I would not have gotten through it without my family, and of course, above all, God. And but my family most. My mother has been through this crazy journey with me in music, and music has kept me alive. And I thank God every day. But I'd just like to say, please, everyone, if you see someone in a wheelchair, you see someone on a walker and a cane, no matter what their age, you just go over there and you say hello. Because that's what they want to be treated as. They want to be treated just like you and me. Just like me. That's my inspiration for today. So thank you all. Please visit www.gbscidpfoundation.org, and I'd love to see you on my show. I'd love for you to watch my show on Roku TV. Nashville Broadcasting Network channel is the channel, and it's Laura Dodd's Video Jukebox, and you also can see me on Vimeo.com.
Now you have a brand new rap song to take on your show.
All right! See? Now I'm going to use this a lot.
Oh, wait a minute. Wait. Hers is bigger than mine.
You're just starting. Remember, you're not professional yet. You're just...
It's because he's an Auburn fan.
Yours says crap. Yours says crap.
Oh, thank you.
Never mind. Thank you. Never mind.
special for me because you may have noticed that I went and got my hair cut in preparation for this show. And also I left a special thing behind. There was one piece of hair that I managed to make sure was not cut off because I knew we wanted to have our special hairdresser friend, painter, poet, legend of Franklin, Tennessee, the one and only Von Derry. She's brought her scissors with her to cut this piece of hair, and it will be, well, if you can find it after the show, it will be the honorary piece of hair amongst...
You're worth a lot of money, more than Maryland's.
I think I should have the scissors.
Later. Well, anyway, Von Derry, she is friend to so many people here in Franklin. If you see people walking around that look like me, or even better, they've been to see Von Derry at Salon.
They just
Franklin, Tennessee.
And I got to cut his precious daddy's hair.
And she cuts all the stars' hair. Maybe someday she'll cut David Spaulding Jr.
No, I go to the training academy and get that $3 credit.
And now, we need complete silence.
Oh, it's actually, I see that piece. Let's see here.
We'll try to turn around so the TV audience can see us too. You go over here.
Get the gray, get the gray.
Look towards the camera. Wait, there's the camera over here. Wait, can they see her past the microphone? There now, she's cutting my hair. And this is something she learned at her latest conference. Using... And we love Von Derry. That's the long song. Now, his name is David Scott. He came here, and we've got more special guests coming up. The show's not over, don't worry. But first, we wanted to give you something for your palate, whatever you call it. This man, his name is David Scott. He does magic. That makes him the Magic Man!
Wow, 3 years. The nightmare will never end. No, I've been on the show actually 2.5 years, and that's how long I've known these great group of people that I get to work with every other Saturday. So thanks, George, for having me. I'm going to need some volunteers. And Amy, would you help me? William, you're not William.
You pointed at me.
You're in the way. And I need one more. Tom, would you help? Check tire pressure. Can you help me?
I'll take it.
All right. This is a new trick. So if I mess it up, you get to see it messed up first, okay? It's really hard to do card tricks on TV, but we're gonna try to pull this one off. What I'm gonna do is I'm gonna spread the cards out so you first of all see that they're different cards. You know, it's a full deck. You can see there. Full deck. Yeah, right. Yeah, they're missing a bunch of cards. But what we're gonna do is we're gonna do it again. And this time, when you look, I want you to look for one card, not any specific card. I just want you to look down and see one card. Don't look at 2 or 3, just one, because I'm going to try to figure out with a series of questions, figure out what card you're looking at. Don't look over her shoulder. Don't look over his shoulder. Y'all just ignore it until I get to you, okay? You ready? All right. You got one? You got one. Okay. Remember that. William, clear your mind. That was quick. Okay, Tom, you got one? Okay, now, I want you to just think about your card, okay? I'm going to ask you a series of questions. Actually, they say 33% of all people that pick a card, they pick a red card. So, Amy, was your a red card? It was a red card.
Yes, it was.
Red card. Tom, yours was a red card.
It was.
It was a red card. William. William, this is a little bit more of a challenge, but we'll come back to William. Amy, yeah, I'm picking on you, but Amy, was your a high card or a low card?
It would have been on the high side.
Would have been on the high side. So 8 and above is high, 7 and below, so you're on the high side.
Yeah.
Would it be a court card? A court card would be like king, ace, queen, jack.
Yeah.
Yeah, okay. King of diamonds.
Dang.
Hey, 1 out of 3, not bad, not bad, not bad. Mr. Comet. Okay. Same question. High or low? Well, actually, it's a red card. High or low?
High.
High. Okay. Would it be a court card?
Yes.
Well, you are right in sync because it's another King of Diamonds, correct?
That's correct.
Wow. Wow. See, that's great. I better quit while I'm ahead. Mr. William, come up. Step up. Step up, my man.
William, stop smiling like that.
Is he giving the clues away? Okay. William, was yours a red card?
No.
Wasn't a red card. Okay. Wow. Challenge. Huh?
Why was I red?
Because you didn't pick red.
Oh, okay.
Okay. All right. So it's a black card. Was yours a court card?
Yes.
Was a court card. So do this, add this, put this in. Or would it be the Jack of Spades?
Yes.
3 out of 3! Thank you guys for coming up and helping me out. Thanks everybody. Have a great afternoon.
He does magic. His name is David Scott. And he also does magic. That makes him the Magic Man! You know, I think David Spaulding, and William was on stage, but David Spaulding did a disappearing trick. Where did you go to?
Went up there to check some tire pressure, George.
You went, you know, when you're not watching, as we used to do at Handy Hardware, they had a traditional blood pressure machine. What do you call that thing?
Well, we had a blood pressure monitor.
You could check all the blood pressure from the
We had
hospital.
a tire monitor.
And when they're not looking, he's out in the parking lot checking your tire pressure.
For those that remember who was on a Bobcat. Elvis. We had Elvis on a Bobcat.
You know, Elvis is still on the Bobcat at Historic Handy Hardware. So shop there on Monday. If you don't shop today, get all your Viva NashVegas stuff, some hardware, sardines in a can, and free popcorn.
Smoked oysters, too.
Smoked oysters. You know, we've been following an international thing here. You know, we've got so many people who are from all over the world. David Spaulding's from here in Franklin. That's part of the world.
Is that bad?
No, it's a good part of the world. That's where we're at.
That's where I'm from.
But this man has lived in Nashville. He came from somewhere before Nashville. Then he went over to live in Spain. And that's when things started rocking. How about a big hand for Jake Shane? While Jake's coming up here, David Spaulding will do a trivia question.
Now?
Yes.
Okay. This is the trivia question. And this might be tricky because I'm going to give you 2 clues to the answer as I described it. In 1948, Roy Acuff ran for the governorship of the state of Tennessee. The following year, the Franklin Rodeo was formed by a group of 3 men from the Noon Rotary Club. That was 1949. It was promoted by a Texas rodeo company. The folks, rodeo company that are located here from Texas. Now with all that said, in 1970, what country music Hall of Famer ran for the U.S. Senate for the state of Tennessee?
I know. I was actually on the bus with that man.
And what's their prize, George? Show them the prize, because they're really thinking hard.
Well, it took a lot of thinking. You know, I shopped around. And I thought I might even, this is the ultimate Mother's Day prize. This is our newspaper article about our show. So whoever wins gets one of these newspapers. These things are getting rarer and rarer. We're down to 1,000 left.
I'm going to have to give some more hints here. This man was defeated. No.
Can you say Bo Weevil?
This man was defeated in the primary by Bill Brock. Was not Roy Acuff.
How about Do Not Forsake Me, Oh My Darling?
Let me get, Gore lost in the end to Bill Brock. Let me give you the clues again. I'm going to highlight the clues. A rodeo company from Texas.
Carthage, Texas.
And a group of 3. A company of 3.
Tex Ritter?
Tex Ritter is the answer.
No, wait. Did one of our special guests win the prize? How many come over here? Go.
Thank you.
And it just,
Now we've got 999 papers left to give away. That'll be another 4 years.
George, we don't, because you don't know what I did with about 200 of them.
Thank you.
We had a bonfire at your house, remember?
Oh, I remember that.
How do you think I lit that fire? I went to your
Yes. If you want to, you can actually watch David Spaulding Jr. do Duck Calls at Dusk on New Year's Eve, sitting beside the little bonfire. It was a wonderful time. David Spaulding is also the anonymous duck caller, but I think he forgot his duck calls today. But now what we're going to do is take you on a trip overseas to the Spanish sounds and even more of Jake Shane.
Stone. It leaves pallets of dust on the hardwood floor to be swept in one sweep out the door. Crickets scratch out a moan. Lemon leaves swinging undertones. And the delicate webs of the night are sewn to make it all seem a bit less hollow. But so much work still remains. Yeah, what is there to gain? But it's getting late now, and anyway I'm counting hours, not in days. I look for the boundary line between the real and divine. On the edge of the blade I grind, I feel it from time to time. Spreads fast along the hedgerow, then the grass. They're coming for to take me at last from this room, this stone, this task. But so much work still remains. Yeah, what's really to gain? Well, it's getting late now, and anyway I'm counting hours, not in days. Well, I'm counting hours, not in days. Well, I'm counting hours, not in.
Do the chop, y'all. Y'all dance if you want to.
Did you write that?
Yes, sir.
And so, did you write, so you were living in Spain how long?
I was 2 years. I was there for
2 years?
Yeah.
But you were originally in Nashville working for the greatest label in the world, Oh Boy Records. Yeah! met John Prine, all kinds of wonderful people. Albanetta, these people there. So then you went to Spain. When you were there, you were inspired by, did you play Spanish guitar before you went there?
No, I didn't, and I didn't think I would when I got there. But certain circumstances arose and I found out I loved it. So, yeah.
Well, we love it too. Can you do another one? All right, do it, yeah!
Here's another song off my new album. It's called Evening Sounds. I wrote it during my 2 years in Spain and it just came out. This is called The Upper Sun. It takes place in a park. Or else they cast fishing line and reel in all the slack. Fortune tellers tilt their heads to remember all the refrain. And pigeons perch on outstretched palms while cards curl the coming rain. You walk by with the afternoon, the upper sun in your head. I recognize your face, seen you here twice this week. Once in the Crystal Palace, once near the almond tree. If I see you here again, I swear I'll fall to my knees. And the saxophone marches in with the dancing man on skates. Gypsy women carry rosemary pressed against their chest. And the boys and girls roll around for hours without rest. You walk by with the afternoon, the upper sun in your head. I recognize your face, seen you here twice this week. Once near the fallen angel, once near the library. If I see you here again, I swear I'll fall to my knees. If I see you here again, I swear I'll fall to my knees.
Fantastic, Jake. Will you come back and play again sometime soon? Are you going on a tour across America?
Yeah, I'll be touring the Northeast and Midwest starting next Saturday.
And what is your website?
JakeShane.com, and you can find my new album, Evening Sounds, anywhere. iTunes, Amazon, Bandcamp gives me the most.
Yeah, now when are you back on this tour?
I'll be back in Nashville the first week in June, doing a couple shows, and then
Maybe one of them will be the Viva NashVegas radio show.
that'd be great. Yeah, and then I'll do 2 more. Yeah, no, it'd be great. But you do all do it on Saturday. Well, we'll figure it out.
Oh yeah. On Saturday. We can change the date. Wait a minute. We have the anonymous duck caller has a question for you. Can I ask a question in duck?
Yes.
What's the answer?
Certainly.
Now, George, that's believable.
That is
birthday
believable.
song.
Yeah, that's what you can come back and see at the Viva NashVegas radio with Jake Shane when he comes back on a Saturday. We got some more people come on. I hate to do this because you are fantastic. The one and only Jake Shane. I said I hate to do this. I also love to do this because now we have some of our wonderful family members. Of course, Michael Kelsh and the one and only Comet, and Amy Comet's coming to help to set the stage, as Michael Kelsh is too. And David Spaulding has one more duck call to do, maybe? Or do you have a question to ask William in duck?
No, William, this is very important now. This is very, very important. You shop at Piggly Wiggly, don't you?
Yes, I do.
Have you been collecting those like green stamps? Well, it's the doggone thing, folks. I'm gonna show you. You get this little card, like those old green stamps, you know, it's Piggly Wiggly here. And for each time you spend so much money, you get a little stamp. You know, like you used to do.
Yeah. It's nice green stamps.
Yeah, exactly. And you know this week, you know what I won? A big basket.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. So, all y'all, go in there and shop at Piggly Wiggly and get your stamps. And you win your towel. Yeah. Yes, William.
Where is Hooterville?
Second Avenue in Nashville.
Yes, David Spaulding likes to go to that restaurant because they have great French fries. And now, it's time to bring up our next guest. And she's got a special guest who will come up and join her later. The show is not over, of course. We've got a few, maybe 20 more minutes. Who knows how much time we have?
Well,
This show could go on forever because there's so much great talent in the Americana Music Triangle. Go to AmericanaMusicTriangle.com. Ladies and gentlemen, this lady, you embody the whole idea of the family tradition of that Appalachian, that true folk American music, bluegrass, Appalachian music, country music.
I'm Americana.
You're Americana.
I'm a mutt. What do you call it?
You were Americana before Americana was even Americana. Ladies and gentlemen, a relative of the one and only Bascom Lamar Lunsford. The one and only Tomi Lunsford.
Thank you. I'm so happy to be here on Viva NashVegas. I can't believe it, man. It's such a show. It's been such a show. It's been
You know, as we're trying to set the
almost
stage,
like-
Michael Kelsh is coming up. I want to ask you a question.
Okay, question, okay.
When I say Bascom Lamar Lunsford,
Yes.
it's just amazing to me. Do you remember a song called Mountain Dew? They call it the old Mountain Dew.
Good old Mountain Dew.
Who do you think wrote that song?
Uncle Bascom.
Yeah! So you're talking royalty of the Americana tradition.
I forgot my crown, but
I got one in the car from Burger King.
I like that kind too. Is it in a purple bag or what? Okay, well, we're gonna try and, I'm gonna have to try and have some accompaniment with me. They just picked this up today. And you haven't even heard it, but I feel confident. I feel confident that you can. That's the NashVegas part.
Yeah!
Okay.
Live radio.
Let me see. Okay, this is a song I've been working on this record. It's about almost done. It's gonna be on it. The name of the song is Jumpin' Blues. The magic's gone. It just disappeared. Just because it can. I feel
I've lost my heart. You've had it on a whim. The path I'm on keeps leading me on to nowhere and back again. The blues embrace me and hold me tight, call me their best friend. I look around and see no light. There's darkness all the time. Oh, the blues, they own me. They go right through me. They look just like me. Or my next of kin. Real time, got to go. Time after time, oh, woe's me, I'm feeling so low. Whatever happened to the wind? He used to brush my face and blow my hair. Whatever happened to the endless days when we could drive around without a care? I remember smiling, had time to make a friend, and let the record play over and over again. Higher and higher, I gotta jump high, or else I've got to go. Time after time, oh, woe is me, I feel so alone. It's all just a habit, a love I can't have it. I've got to let it go. Smell of honeysuckle in my head, drunken happiness, lollygagging on my own, whistling a song. It's up the road for me. I'll pack my bags to be around the curve, you see, before the night is gone. Whoa. I didn't know what to stop for a break. I'm so used to doing it. I'm happy to be here in Franklin also. You know, I am a graduate of Franklin High School. Anybody out there a graduate of Franklin High? Yeah. Not many out there. They're gone on to bigger and better things out in the world. I know there's some of them out there. Okay, another song. Y'all up for it? Think you can follow?
You can fire us right now.
Yeah. It's funny, all the people that have been up here, I do know, where's Ken? Is he still here? I know his buddies, you know, Pee-wee and Buzz. I don't know Buster and me, though. I know Ken. But those guys are great, and I bet he was lucky to hang out with them as kids. And my mother's first name is Laura. I love the music we've had here tonight. It's been great. Anyhow, I'm gonna, since it is Mother's Day coming up tomorrow, this song here, which is also gonna be on my record that I'm working on. My mother is an amazing person. I am one of, you know, I hate to say it, but it is part of who my mother is. I'm one of 13 children, and I'm number 4. But it's been an exciting life I've had up to now, and it just continues. It's unending. My mother's an amazing person, and I used to sing with my father and 2 sisters, and then I sang with my 2 sisters. We had this thing, and Nancy was saying, there's the woman who's been taking care of dreamers for 40 years or whatever, which is so true.
And finally got around to finishing this song, which is called Taking Care of Dreamers. You all know what that's about. The sun is always out. The wolf is never at my door. Impossible is always possible. You can follow your dreams and they come true. But when you got someone who's always there for you, when you got someone who cares for you, when you got someone who loves you, trouble is always near, struggling every day to carry on. No way out when you're down and out, but you know you'll find a way. It won't be long when you got someone who's always there for you. When you got someone who cares for you. When you got someone who loves you, taking care of dreamers, taking care of dreamers. You got to be tough, you gotta be strong, you got to hold tight, you gotta hold on. Taking care of dreamers, taking care of dreamers, taking care of dreamers. Take it away. You're the one, you're my heart, keeping dreams alive with your love. You made me tough, you made me strong. The sun shines bright all night long. When you got someone who's always there for you, when you got someone who cares for you, or when you got someone who loves you, taking care of dreamers, taking care of dreamers, taking care of dreamers. Wonderful people out there. Thank you.
And, you know, this is a spirit. Many of you all know that during our shows we often have some kind of recitation, some kind of thing that is word that is spoken, while a woman sings in the background. Maybe, I don't know. There may be a man who's sitting in the audience who sometimes travels side by side with Tomi, and he may have a reading to give us tonight or today. And then David Spaulding will recognize the ESPN reporter in the audience today. The ESPN lady is here again. We're so happy to have you. It's nice to know that ESPN loves the Viva NashVegas radio show. We'd like to introduce a man. He's a wordsmith. He's a songwriter. He's written songs with Hank Williams III and many others. This man is a legend. And he's very, very shy, so be careful. His name is Warren Denny. And spoken word. He's coming up.
I think I'm another palate cleanser. I'm also married into a family with 13 kids. And I'm barefooted because I too have roots in Lower Alabama. I broke a windshield and danced in Alabama. I did. With a baseball. So I'm going to read quickly something out of a book about a fella named John Carter, Johnny Reb, from Lower Alabama. Grew up country and black and ran away from home, came up to Nashville to be a country singer. And this is about his first gig down on Lower Broad back in the 80s when it was like super scary. Still is. Maybe more so.
Different way.
So, he's just finished his first number. Cheryl felt it right away, so did Buddy Jack. The floor was hot to the touch. The place was filling with spirits flying to them from the river, the sky. His voice was pleasing to animals. They'd never heard anything so firm in their lives, and he was bringing it to them hard in the face. When the last ringing string fell quiet, the bar erupted in shouts. It's kind of... Hollering, wild clapping, people moved in tighter to the stage.
I can't go in it!
They wanted to get a taste. Hey, wiggle. He turned back to Jacob, his drummer, twisting, glancing over his shoulder, smiling broadly, eyes lit up. Jacob knew they were about to throw themselves into a faraway place. And Johnny held his hand out to him. My friend, Jacob. He scanned the crowd, his eyes landing on a stoned Mangrum in the back, and he heard everything that could be. The mountains to the east, Bill Monroe up north of us, Memphis to the west, Montgomery to the south, these are the points of the cross. He knew everyone in the room, and they multiplied 2, 4, 8, forever. Their eyes glowed like hot coals. And the words they shouted and the words they whispered to one another became one voice. He was at once endless, and the road before him laid out, and his mind flew. True animals below him turned their faces up, they bellowed, they cried. The water of the Cumberland River was dark, and it rushed in a current alongside the club. And the night was revealed to be two things, and a man walked in the back door, descending a few short steps, and he carried a bell by his side. He laid it, and as Johnny began to tap his foot in time to cheer the weary traveler, the bell rested on the floor by the kitchen, and it began to melt into the dark and spreading water. Oh, let us cheer the traveler, cheer the weary traveler, let us cheer the weary traveler along the heavenly road. That's it.
All right.
That is phenomenal. Tomi,
That's Warren's birthday.
can I follow that one with the benediction type song? Can you got one more song to sing? You don't? That means you're ready to join us.
I'm ready to join y'all.
Unbelievable, Warren. That is, what kind of word? It's spoken, it's written, it's heaven sent. The one and only, Warren Denny. And Tomi Lunsford. Wait, you can't leave. It's time for you all to come join us. We don't have time to do that song. I'm sorry, but that means you'll have to come back from Sweden to sing the duet with me on the chorus of Dreaming My Dreams with You. But now, we need you to come on stage and everyone to come on stage and sing our 3rd anniversary version of Crawdad Ho. Now, my camera lady will be dancing around with Americana music map. She will become the spokesperson or spokesmodel, if you will. Camera lady, she's coming, I'm sure. Everyone, all of our special guests. Denny Spaulding, grab that microphone. During this song, I will go and get my guitar. I think somebody just gave it to me. It was Michael Kelsh. Here is your sign.
And I'm gonna sing this whole
So you
song
at the back of it by holding it up in
Polish.
Don't hold that. No, that's mine. Okay. Here, that's my guitar. When I sing this song, and I say, honey, I'll point to you. And what do you say? Honey. When I say, babe, I'll point to you, and you say, babe. Honey? Honey. Babe? Babe. Wow, that's good. Last time everybody said honey after I said babe, which is very strange.
Pretty simple.
Now it's time. I'll move this over. Someone can have this microphone here. Pick it up, have fun with it, all kinds of stuff. It is a traditional trip to the dentist if I don't watch out and if I bump my teeth into the microphone. But we want to thank everyone for joining us all around the world. I know Warren likes this song too. Don't you like Crawdad Ho? Do you want to come up and sing it with us? Bring your French fries or whatever that is. Hold them up in there. We've had a wonderful time at Kimbro's Café today. Have you? I can't hear you. Did you enjoy your breakfast? I did too. Mine's on the way. That's why I'm very, very excited. And Mom, I just wanted to say, Happy Mother's Day. That's to you all around the world. As we go on a musical trip to the Crawdad Ho. Are you ready? Get ready! Here we go! Yeah, boy! Well, you get loud, I get cold, honey. Honey! You get loud, I get cold, babe. Babe! You get loud, I get cold, and the Crawdad Ho, honey. We'd like to say hello to Carol Ann Turney, who's out there driving an Uber cab somewhere around the steeplechase today. Carol Ann, we love you. We're ready, Bob. All right, Andy. We're coming back around. Here comes the solo. Andy! Viva NashVegas radio show, honey. Baby, I say it, honey. Baby, yeah. We love you. Wherever you are. This is going to be a NashVegas.com production. Good day.